Hello viewers, welcome back to our YouTube channel. If you are new here, please hit the subscribe button and be a part of our family. The best action movies on Netflix right now. Your entertainment guide, movie. Spring is near, but before the weather gets nicer and the outdoors starts beckoning, there are bound to be some cold nights when you'll need to warm up with the best action movies on Netflix right now. Netflix has invested heavily in its action collection over the past year, but more action movies also means a prolonged scrolling experience to find something worth watching. We did all the grunt work so you can get straight to the fun.
A legacy of honor and duty you now inherit.
Flipping the script on the medieval knight saves damsel from dragon tale, Damsel stars Millie Bobby Brown as Princess Elodie, a dutiful damsel who agrees to marry a handsome prince, Nick Robinson. But instead of living happily ever after, Elodie soon discovers that the royal family has recruited her as a sacrifice to repay an ancient debt. She's thrown into a cave with a fire-breathing dragon and forced to fight her way out. There are a lot of Spider-Man movies these days, and Sony's The Amazing Spider-Man series served as a quality bridge between Tobey Maguire and the MCU's Tom Holland Peter Parker. Andrew Garfield stars as the teenage webslinger, who's struggling to navigate high school while living under the roof of his Uncle Ben and Aunt May, Martin Sheen and Sally Field. The questions only multiply when he discovers a mysterious briefcase that belonged to his father, leading him down a rabbit hole that emerges at Oscorp in the lab of his father's former partner, Dr. Kurt Connors, Rhys Ifans. Connors, however, has a maniacal urge to gain power, setting his alter ego, the Lizard, on a collision course with Peter's alter ego, Spider-Man.
38 of New York's finest versus one guy in a unitard. Whoa!
Find him.
This isn't just a game.
In some ways, Steven Spielberg's adaptation of Ernest Cline's sci-fi novel Ready Player One is just a giant tribute to his own remarkable body of work. But it's a pretty fun tribute, if not the best movie Spielberg ever made. In 2045, the world is on the brink of collapse and people have found salvation in the virtual reality universe called Oasis, which was created by James Halliday, Mark Rylance. Upon his death, Halliday announces he has hidden a digital Easter egg somewhere in the Oasis that holds the key to his life-changing fortune. Young Wade Watts, Ty Sheridan, takes up the challenge and enters a reality-bending treasure hunt.
You willing to fight? Help us save the Oasis.
Pacific Rim.
In the mood for some kaiju warfare? Why not? Guillermo del Toro's Pacific Rim fits the bill. In this blockbuster, massive kaiju from another dimension have been invading Earth from a fissure deep within the Pacific Ocean. To fight back, humanity has built massive dual-piloted robots called Jaegers. But as a particularly vicious onslaught puts a number of Jaegers out of action, it falls to a washed-up former pilot, Charlie Hunnam, and his untested trainee partner, Rinko Kikuchi, to pilot a seemingly obsolete Jaeger and serve as humanity's last defense. It's April 1945, in the waning days of World War II, as the Allies make their final push toward Berlin. To attempt to expedite VE Day, hardened veteran war daddy, Brad Pitt, leads a Sherman tank and her 5-man crew behind enemy lines. As they attempt to strike at the heart of Nazi Germany, War Daddy's crew finds itself outnumbered and outgunned by superior German tank tech, leaving their skill and experience as their only advantage. Fury is all-out World War II tank warfare like you haven't seen before.
They're coming.
How many?
300 of them. 5 against 300.
We never run before. Why are we gonna run now?
Critically panned upon release, Resident Evil nonetheless gained traction with the considerable video game fan base, launching a massive action horror franchise of games, movies, and TV shows that are still being made today. Netflix debuted an original series in 2022. In the first movie, a deadly virus with the power to destroy the entire human race is mistakenly released in an underground lab. With only 3 hours until the virus mutates and reaches the rest of the global population, a team led by Alice, Milla Jovovich, goes into the lab to destroy the infected and halt the spread.
No one is immune.
Jurassic Park.
Jurassic Park could fit in a lot of categories, but we're putting Steven Spielberg's classic here because, well, it's filled with lots of angry velociraptors and T-Rexes. Wealthy entrepreneur John Hammond, Richard Attenborough, has long worked in secret to use prehistoric DNA to build a theme park centered around dinosaurs. But the experts he invites to preview the park before opening day don't realize he means that he's actually brought dinosaurs back to life. When the experts, investors, and Hammond's grandchildren take a tour to experience the park, they soon discover just how terrible of an idea it was to meddle with evolution.
Order pizza. Big Cosmos. Harley, focus.
The DCEU's first R-rated movie stars Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn, the twisted former sidekick of the Joker, Jared Leto, who finds herself without a partner and increasingly aware of the exploitative nature of her former partnership. Figuring things out for herself, she stumbles into a young girl named Cass, Ella J. Bosco, that criminal Roman Sionis, Ewan McGregor, has put a bounty on. Deciding to play the hero for once and help Cass, Harley's path soon collides with a host of other female anti-heroes, leading to the ultimate showdown with Roman.
I'm the one they should be scared of. Not you. Freaking quit.
My father believed if the world found out who I really was, they'd reject me.
Zack Snyder's Superman origin story kicked off the DCEU. Clark Kent's story is one of the most familiar in all of superhero culture. Crashing down on Earth as a baby, Clark, Henry Cavill, has no idea what or who he is, only that he has extraordinary powers that are not of this Earth. As he grows into a young man on a rural farm, he must find the hero within him to become a beacon of hope for mankind.
He was convinced that the world wasn't ready.
If you're looking for a ridiculous dose of creature action, look no further than the Meg. When a deep-sea submersible is attacked by a monstrous underwater creature, it becomes stranded at the bottom of the deepest trench in the Pacific with the crew trapped inside. Deep-sea rescue diver Jonas Taylor, Jason Statham, is called in to save the crew, but nobody could have known that Taylor has a history with the 75-foot-long shark known as the Megalodon. A sequel, Meg 2: The Trench, was released in 2023.
My God.